Grand Rising family, how you guys doing out there? Robert Greene Jr. from the Search Me Foundation LLC and searchmefoundation.org. We're on all social media platforms. Make sure you guys are following. All you have to do is look up in Search Me Foundation or in Search Me Foundation LLC. If you guys are on YouTube and you want to get the videos with the audio, all you have to do is search my name, Robert Greene Jr. You see a picture of me. If you like, share, subscribe, I would do the same in return. So how have you guys have been doing out there? Hopefully everybody's splendid. I'm splendid. Had a great day. I'm in my partial splendor. I had got out, and I like to get, fresh when you get out and just go out, see the world. Actually paying bills. I like that though. It was just fun just to get out and physically in motion. Going out. But anywho, how you guys doing out there? Hopefully you guys are having a great time, accomplishing goals, looking forward to things that to come. And today's episode, I was actually asked to watch a video on mother hunger, and I was asked to give my opinion about it. Okay, that's fine by me. Like I said, I love stuff like that. If you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, I can talk about, give my own personal opinion, how I feel about the things, and we're good to go. But before we start off, like I said on the last show, I have this book, Daily Affirmations for Success and Happiness. And so I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna flip it out. We're gonna find a daily affirmation for us to get going in a positive manner. Close my eyes. Presto, presto, alibi, bam. Okay, here's one. I like this one. To be happy brings joy to everyone around me. That's really dope. So for me to be happy, it brings joy to everyone around me. So I want that aura to bounce off of my energy. I want my vibe to be happy. So I'm going to be happy no matter what's going on. Some things you can't control, if things you lose, you get it back. It's no reason just to be negative and be downside about life. Life is a beautiful thing to be living. And so, okay, let me get back on the topic at hand. It was cool. Actually, I sat there and watched it. It's like a 28-minute video, and it was off of the Red Table with Jada Pinkett Smith, and she was on there, and the topic was mother hunger, and basically what mother hunger is whenever they based it off the women of the show, when they had different women and they were asking, they had Jada and her mom and her daughter, and it was basically affection and love and stuff that they're wouldn't getting at home as children, and they feel like it's something that they needed as an adult, and it rubs off. And it was a lot of points made that actually I was like, that I really agreed with. Like one point about it was, it's you got to stop the cycle, because Jada mom was saying, hey, my mom raised me this certain way, but my mom was there and she was more of a mother to Jada than I was. And it wasn't a shade towards Jada mom, because Jada actually said at pivotal moments, her mom was there as an adult for decision making, but for the love and affection, she had got it basically from a grandmother. And her thing was that the mother hunger, like I guess it builds up an anxiety, a thought that when you get older, and it's like, and you don't even know it because you subconsciously pick it up. And you're like, you never got that at home. It's one lady came on, like she said she grew up wealthy and never had hugs and kisses, and now as an adult she's more emotionless. But now she noticed these type of things, and she had her own daughter that it really just hurts. And so I agree with one point that was made, and actually for a male as well, and not even just putting all aspects on the mother. My aspect on the mother hunger part is, as a young man, whenever you're raised by your mother, I tell my friend this all the time, as a man, your concept of a man is to be a provider, a protector. And sometimes when we grow up, in our mind, we want to grow up to be the man that we wish that our mom had to our women. And underline the fact that what about us? What about the love we need? So it goes both ways. So I feel like with the mother part, and like I said, I'm not gonna put all the weight on the mom because fathers as well. I was lucky enough where my grandfather raised me. He stepped up, and him and my grandmother, they stepped up and they did excellent. Like the concepts I learned, and it was some things that was unsaid that I learned more for actions. Like I always say, my grandfather showed me the proper way to do things, and he never just sit here and told me, but I sit back and I analyze the way he did things. He worked hard. He got his family out of the country and moved towards the city. Got a home built and paid the home off. Ran his own business. We cut grass. He had us out there cutting grass, man, 4 or 5 with a lawnmower pushing it. And but I feel like my brother, on the other hand, he didn't look at that aspect. My brother was more on the father hunger side. He was more of rest peace, big bro. But he was more on the father hunger. Like he urged for our real dad to be there. And as we got older, his liking towards my father, he listened to things my father said about his relationship with my mom, and my brother would. He actually got kind of angry because he was like, "That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. She didn't this or she didn't do that," and he was hearing from one side of the story. And like I told him, I was like, at a certain point of time, at 18, you have to be more accountable for yourself. You have to be okay. Like on what they were saying on the mother hunger, it's like you gotta stop it. When you notice it's something wrong, you stop it. It's your job and your duty as an adult to be like, hey, now I have, speaking as the mother aspect, now I have a daughter, and I knew what I was lacking at home and what I was missing from home, and I don't want my daughter to have to be lacking or missing from home now. So I'm going to show her the love, the affection, and sometimes you have to forgive the person mentally without physically forgiving the person, and just move on, and just it might hurt, it might hurt. And they said on the show, it was like you have to make this mother up in your mind, and it's basically like religion. Somebody that's real religious believes in something that they can talk to and they can relieve everything off of and put the pressure off of. And sometimes you have to do that, and it sucks. It sucks that you got to be the one who here. I gotta take this hurt, but how long you allow it to hurt it is always on yourself. Like I said in the prior show, how long you let the hurt you is up to you. You cannot stop something from hurting you, but you need to focus on the healing. And when I heal, how can I be this better person? And so back to the story about my brother, he was very resentful towards my mom. He loved my mom to death, but it's just like a lot of stuff. Like one short story, he was just like, man, our dad told us he had Christmas toys lined up and around the corner, and our mom never brought us over there to get them. And I'm more of a logic thinking. I'm like, well, that's why he just didn't drop it off then. She wasn't gonna bring us out there. But anyway, I felt like I got that love and that affection from my grandmother and my grandpa. And my grandpa, it was more tough love. It's a lot of things I learned now I have to work on, but like, for instance, he always cussed and he always seemed angry. And I'm that type of person. I'm like, how can I work harder where he'll be satisfied with my work? Or what could I do more where he'll be satisfied with me? And I push myself, and I push myself. And that still to this day. And it actually, I use it more in a positive light, but I push myself more and more and more. I guess because basically, back to the topic, I feel like the father hunger, since that was my father figure, I hungered to be accepted from him. And my acceptance for him was working as hard as I felt like he wanted me to, or sometimes I felt like work as hard as he did. And that was my way of showing him, hey, you know, accept me. And then one time my grandmother set me down and she was just like, I cut a yard, a whole entire yard, and I started timing myself with the yards. It's even now, like when I cut the grass, I feel like just I'm in my zone, and it channels me with my ancestors since they passed on into the next realm. They're all my ancestors. So when I cut grass, I feel like I'm closer to him, and I time myself. And that's one thing I used to do. I started timing myself. I'm like, okay. I timed it one time when it was me and him cutting this big yard up. It was a real big yard, and it took us like an hour or something. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cut it by myself. Next time we're gonna go, and I'm gonna cut it by myself, and I'm gonna do it shorter than the time took. I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes, or hour, something like that. And I got out there and I cut the grass, and I did it in 45 minutes myself. I didn't take no breaks. I kept going. I kept pushing. I was like, he gonna accept me now. And he looked at me and was like, and it seemed so upset. And he was like, why was you rushing? What are you doing? Like, and I was like, I'm trying to show you I could do it, that I did it, that I got it done. And I think that really just broke me down. It just shocked my world. And my grandmother, I want to say a few days later, she was just like, my grandfather's name was Lester Love, Love. Love. I guess that's why I'm full of love. But, and my grandmother named Beverly Love. Favorite ancestors, I love y'all to death. I know y'all rocking in the next round. Be there soon. Not too soon. I'm coming over. I love y'all. But she sat me down. She told me, she was like, Les was so proud of you when you cut that yard. He came bragging about you like, man, that boy is something else. He did fast. He did real good. He didn't miss nothing. And with her telling me this, I'm like, at a young age, I was like, I got you. You my guy. And I guess I felt more complete because I know that if she knew about this yard, and she had to be telling the truth because I don't talk to her about the yards or nothing like that. That's what we do with my grandfather. But I guess that the father hunger in me was healed at that time because, like I said, I looked at my grandfather as my father. And just knowing that he was happy with me. Next time he cussed at me, I used to be frowned up when he cussed. He cussed all the time. And when he cussed, next time he cussed, I just started smiling. Because I was like, that's the way he showed his love. I didn't understand it was tough love, but that's the way he showed it. And I'm pretty sure that growing up in the times he grew up in, and times he grew up in racial times, and he worked hard, and he was a hard worker, and he grew up in a big family, a very big family. And I'm pretty sure in the country, that's how he was taught. And so my thing was when I had my son, I'm like, I'm not gonna be this guy. I appreciate what it was, and I understand. And I talk to my son fluently about different ways, different things, and about life in general, because I feel like when you talk to your kids, you're letting them know, and you're being honest with them. You're letting them know about situations. You're not trying to hide anything from them. You open up. You open with them. It's still a difference between the parent and the friend, but I feel like being an open parent and teaching things, and that's what I didn't get. So that's what I give. So on the topic of mother hunger, I feel like it's mother hunger, and I would say father hunger. We grow up. It's no blueprint on parenting. Let me tell you right there. There's no blueprint on parenting. There's no perfect parent. And I feel like if it was a lot of things that you were missing as coming up, it needs, when you was a child, when you have your children, that needs to be what you give. I call it breaking generational curses. You're starting something new, a new trend, a new light. You tread new water. You're like, I didn't get this, so I'm going to give that because I know that I was missing it as a child, and it hurt. It hurt, but I healed from it. It was something that I healed from. So you guys always remember, you can't control how it hurts you. You can control how long it hurts you. And healing is the best thing. You know, nobody can tell you how to heal or when to heal. It's a personal choice, but you want to heal and you want to give what you didn't get. Pretty much that's my take on the topic. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, and one more thing. Please remember the 5 P's. We're going to say it together. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Remember the 5 P's. Y'all guys take care of yourself. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed day.